audio right here in 3, 2, 1. We're here. Welcome, Stephen Mcbriarty.
Hey, good to be here. You know, a casual opener right there.
I'm drinking, what is this, Ensure? Like whatever old people drink?
Oh, mate. It's like a Yakult over in the UK. It's what they got for the immune system, yeah? It's all good.
What is it? It's like protein powder and liquid, some
Awesome.
vitamins.
That sounds. What, is it a flavored one or is it just a regular one?
It's chocolate.
Classic choice. Okay, so here we are.
Where do you
What
want to
we're gonna be
start?
talking about
Where do you want to start, man?
Well, I think, you know, we should, you know, give a little bit of an introduction. So, of course, my name is Steve Mcbriarty, a skateboarder out of Newcastle in the UK, formerly the heel flip indie kid, formerly the nollie inward heel kid, and then to laser flip Steve.
Laser flip Steve, man, that's how I know you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a man who does many laser flips. I was under the YouTube handle Laser Flip Steve, creative, I know. And that's where we first met, in fact. You know, we first met on the old YouTube.
Yeah, so, that's how we know each other. Yeah, because what happened was I was filming the G-Chode montages, and during that time, I remember you commenting and then following and then even messaging me, telling me how much you liked them, and that made me feel good. We shared some connection. I saw your videos, and I was blown away because, like, this guy can do, like, anything with a laser flip.
I certainly try. I certainly try. It's funny how, like, you know, in skate scenes, like, it seems to be world round that there's always those you know, that one guy who's really good at that one particular trick, and then they become.
Yeah, Andrew Reynolds calls it a superpower. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Like, there's been many nicknames in the Newcastle skate scene, particularly. There's some hilarious ones too. I remember there was a guy who turned up to a competition, and he was wearing Union Jack socks, a football jersey from when England won the World Cup in soccer, and he had the biggest heart, I swear down. He wasn't landing a single trick in that comp, but he was absolutely giving it, mate. He was giving it his all, and he got nicknamed the Patriot. So, you know, as you can tell, there's many. I could probably do a good half an hour just rattling off these nicknames, but how about over in the States? Like, what's it like for you guys?
In the States? Okay, so skateboarding in the United States, specifically Austin, Texas, the thing that I really like about the skate scene here is that, like, you can't really define it. It's like everybody has some sort of style, and everybody just, you know, it's not like you go to New York, there's like New York style skating. You go to Los Angeles, there's like, I mean, there's lots of different styles of skating there, but, like, you know, you could, like, put a label on it. Like, Austin, you can't really put a label on it. It's like everybody's so vastly different. Transition skaters, manual skaters, technical skaters, and then you got all those, like, ATVs.
Absolutely. It's weird because obviously you get a good mixture of everything. But before we continue, I just need to take a quick reference to one of the G-Chode montages. Every single time you say Texas, there's a clip of that dude when you're like, hey, dude, where are we at? And he's like, Texas. But, like, he looks high as fuck, man.
Hang on.
Every time, it makes me laugh so much.
So it's not going to make sense on this video end. By the way, my name is Brian Nyberg. This is my first podcast. It's called Brian Nyaps. Stephen Mcbriarty is my first guest. I don't expect this episode to be good, like, at all. So I'm just trying to work the kinks out. If you see me grab the phone like this, I might even edit this in post.
Who knows?
We'll
have to wait until
I edit it, because, yeah, I can take a piece of video and I can talk about, you know, Steven doing switch tray flip, revert, manual, laser flip out. It could be right on this screen right now as I show this to you. But we won't know.
Could. We won't know until the edit, of course. That's
exactly.
The magic,
so if I do this during the time that this video is being shared, it will be edited in post.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay, so right now, let's pull up some clips, shall we?
Absolutely. Take your pick.
Okay. So, we go screen and screen. I know this doesn't make for the best video broadcast, but as you can see, we're clearly classy here because we have the lovely anti-hero golden Gucci toilet. Luxury items inside
Absolutely.
of this luxury podcast.
Only the finest.
All right, so let's pull up the links. Links. I can't wait to play the link from your thing. Like when you were in the W/E edit. All right, I'm gonna click the first link. It is called Germany 2012 Steven plus Connor.
That's the one.
Okay, so if I show my phone like this and I'm looking up a clip that we're referencing, that footage could be played again in post with a nice little lovely square. So now we're going to talk about some tricks. Okay?
Absolutely. Let's talk about it, man.
Let me do it full. That thing looks fun.
Yeah, man. It was a really, really fun spot. That it was outside of like BMW manufacturer, and it was at the smoothest floor of all time. Like the spots out there were just fucking perfect, man. Like really, really, really high tier spots.
Oh, there he is.
Oh man, that song.
Oh,
so
what
good.
the? Sorry. Technical difficulties. There's going to be a lot of them.
Now you're a man.
It's a great song.
It's so good.
It's a great song.
So good. The kickflip, like, you know, that was my cousin Connor, like, and he took ages to land that, but it was sick when he got it. Like, that spot was a DIY, and it was a super ghetto, but it was great to skate.
Hell yeah. Dude,
Like,
we're rocking. Dude, we're rocking right now. We're only 8 minutes in, and, you know, this is a brand new laptop. I should mention, by the way, I put this together so fucking fast. Like, this computer, it's being used for my new position at work, and it's also being used to make this new video broadcast project. So, just letting you guys know.
Indeed. Sounds good. And, like, going back to the clips as well, like, you know, it might also be pretty good just to run through some of the footage that you used in your video with myself. Just to give people a bit of an idea of, like, you know, who I am and, you know.
Hang on, let me,
like that,
this is going to be the cutaway shot. Did I mention this is super budget? Okay. Hello, everyone. Here we are. Okay, where is the feature of... Okay, so I hit the screen record, and now we got cutaway shots. Okay, so let's talk some more about different clips. So what do you got lined up for me next?
Okay, so...
The second link? Should I hit the second link?
So let me just get up.
It's VMO?
The Vimeo one. Okay.
Yes. And I can go full screen on here. I'm going to play it, and I'm going to flip it.
The second one is me and my cousin at my local skate park back in my hometown.
Different times.
It certainly was. This is like an 8-minute long one. Let's keep. So I think, right. what we should
Dude,
do.
so meta.
Like,
Phone in a phone in a phone.
indeed. So my cousin came over from Germany to basically just for a family holiday, and he skated, and we just decided just to go for it and try and see what we could make out of the local park. It's
And
like,
that's in, where is it again? Like Newcastle or something?
yeah, it's in Newcastle. So more specifically, like a small town called Cramlington. It's a pretty shit park, to be honest with you. But it's like in the UK, like all of the local parks are just shit because like, you know, no one really cares about making it a good one, I guess. Even though I was on the committee to help build that one, hilarious. But we tried, and but yeah, no, it's just they just get infested by scooter kids. But obviously, you do get the rare exceptions where some skate parks in the UK are really good, but you know they're very few and far between. Just the way it is. But this was a really fun little montage that we filmed. You know, my cousin did a crook free shove out on the hubba. That was really nice. And then little boneless.
Oh,
into the
back
bank.
360.
Switch.
That was
Switch, my
you?
friend.
So wait,
Yeah,
what was
man.
that shirt? Let me pause it. What was that shirt? It looked like the PV, the Piss
Okay,
Drunks
so-
logo, but it was like upside down.
Yeah, so that's a Newcastle brand / group of skaters called Digital Dickies. So shout out Digital Dickies.
Shout out
You've made
Digital
it.
Dickies.
You've made the big time.
You made it on the podcast. Congratulations.
Exactly. Yeah, so that was one of those T-shirts, and as you said, it's the Piss Drunks logo inverted and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was the first ever switchback free I'd ever landed, and it was off
It's
that
ridiculous.
ledge.
That's
It felt
ridiculous.
great.
That's absolutely ridiculous.
Fun times. Yeah, the other notable trick in that edit is the crook flip out that I do, like late in the video.
Dude, just that back 360. I'm just watching that clip again. I'm gonna play it because this is like the meta screen record method we're doing. How do you do a switch back 360? Because one of my favorite tricks is a regular back 360, and I understand how the back 360 works, but how do you
Okay.
do it switch?
So, what I feel with any skateboarding trick is there's multiple ways to do it, of course, and that's just, you know, the way it is. But you got to find your own way that your body moves to be able to perform that trick. Like some people, like for me, for example, kickflips in regular, I am shit at them. Like really,
But you can do
bad at
switch
them.
flips. You can do switch flips. I've seen you do like dope switch
Yeah.
flips.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. But it's just the way the range of motion is on my left foot with me being regular. Like it's just not anywhere near as flexible as on my right foot, which is my switch kickflip foot. And with the switchback free, it's the same way around. It's a similar thing. So for me, rotating backside and switch is a lot easier than rotating frontside. And then of course in regular, it's, you know, frontside only and
Dude, that is,
backside game, and that's
it's
weak.
just so mind-blowing to me because, like, if I try to back 360, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to put my feet in the position where I would do a back 360 but switch, but then you have that whole, you know, component of, like, your balance. So it's like now my dominant foot has been reversed and I try to swing it around and it just flies out. Like, how do you keep that underneath you?
So for me, I try and keep my center of balance under my popping foot, and I turn my shoulders early. So like I've already turned 90 degrees with my shoulders before I've popped. So then that helps generate the spin and the momentum for the rest of the 270 or to get all the way around. That's how I feel anyways. Like some people do it that way. Like it's kind of like, do you know, like the ollie north when they look like an ollie north?
That's how I do them. I do back threes like that. It's like I don't put my foot in the pocket per se. I actually put it a little further back.
So for me, I put my foot.
You know what I mean?
Like
a front shove.
Yeah, absolutely. Like my popping foot is like in the pocket, and it's like just the right hand side of my shoe is just about touching the bolts, so it's quite far up. Because I feel as if that helps you get a better scoop. The further it is, the closer it is to the bolts on that side, that's what gives you a better scoop. But that's my personal preference, of course.
Stephen Mcbriarty, aka Laser Flip Steve.
Switchback free Steve. So, but yeah, there's at 5 minutes and 33 seconds. That's like my favorite clip, the crook flip out.
Yeah, let's how about we pull up right now? Okay. This is going to be another let's do video on this device. We're making things happen. Okay. Now we got our second angle. I'm going to queue up what we got on YouTube. And I could leave all of this in, or I could edit it out, but when people listen to podcasts, I know when I listen to podcasts, when I hear them like, okay, we gotta move the screen, we gotta move the mic, it's like, I understand that. It's like, it makes it more authentic. So even how, impromptu this first broadcast is, I'm just rolling with it. So here we go. Love dead air. How you been today?
Sorry, dude.
You're good.
Sorry, I just had to reply to someone that real quick. My bad. Fuck, you can edit that out. I feel like an asshole for that.
No.
You could put that in like at the start, kind of like how the 9 Club does, which make me look like fucking awful, like a terrible guest.
I can just chop up the whole thing so you're just silent the whole time looking at me funny.
Yeah, absolutely. Or you could just chop it up so it just changes every bit of context about anything I say. Okay, so what clip do you want to pull up next? Is it the
It's the clips from you. Okay.
Okay.
You are in the it's called W/E Promotional Prototype Video 1. And the reason why I named it such a crazy name is because this laptop to the left of me, it's like a paperweight. Dude, I got clips, man. I plan on turning the screen so I can show you the clips that are on this old device. But for now, let's check out the footage that I got of you through the YouTube video that we collaborated with together.
Okay. Can you send me the link to that one? I can't find it on your channel.
Okay. If you go into your Instagram messages, it should be there.
Okay. Let me have a quick check.
It's called
Yes, I see it.
Yeah, promotional. So, and then if you go
6:15.
Yeah, if you go somewhere around 6:15, that's where Mr. Stephen Mcbriarty comes in. Also got some friends from Canada in there. This edit was a whole lot of fun. So many crazy stories, like a homeless man stole my laptop and I somehow recovered it from the police. The same laptop fell off the back of a truck and survived. And I was able to still make this edit. So when I say it's a prototype, it's a miracle that you can even watch this on YouTube.
Well, I'm so glad. It was so cool to send you all this footage and for you to use it in a production over there, man. There's a lot of good times that were had on this footage from over here. A lot of the nostalgia it brings, man. And it's just really cool to be a part of something international, I suppose. I'm still mind blown. I sent you the clips here from the old Subvert skate park where I do crook flip out and crook 180 kick flip out.
Who's that guy who does the front flip?
He is a proper big time parkour guy.
Nice.
George Mayfield, I believe.
Shout out George Mayfield.
Check him out on Insta. He does some crazy shit. Even now, the clips at Five Bridges skate park, the heel flip manual laser flip out, that was done so long ago. And I remember on that day, it was so wet. It was just a horrible vibe, and I was just like, nah, screw it. I really want to try this trick and see if it happens. And lo and behold, it did.
Laser flip alert.
Yeah, there you go. You can do a tally. Bing,
Look at
there's
that.
one.
Look at that. And there's the United States. There's me.
Indeed.
By the way, when we edit this in post, it's not going to look like Keith Kirchart mirrored footage. It's going to be like proper, you know?
It'll be dope, man. Like,
Everybody's skating Switch right now.
See, you've made my Switch look regular.
Yes.
Which is,
so now
hot
you know how to
topic.
do Switch laser flips very well.
Oh god, you know what it is, like some people would probably argue with you about that and say that it's all Switch. There's a lot of people who still try and troll
What's
me
the
to
new
this
thing
day.
with Stance? Because there's that kid, his name's like Scapegoat, and he's like an anomaly, and it's like nobody can figure out like how does that person's brain work? It's like the way the shoulders are, it doesn't like they can just be fluent in both of them, and it's the weirdest. Like I've never seen that in all of my years.
He is just a real talent, man. Like, you know, it happens. It's like, look at people like Shane O'Neill and other folks like that. Like even that Yuto and, you know, so many people. Like the most crazy example of that I've seen in person is Mike Arnold, to be honest. He is a super talented skateboarder. And
You've seen him
you know,
skate in person?
Yeah. Like he used to live in Leeds, like where I am right now, and we used to skate at the same local park. Like, and I've seen him like land some stuff that, you know, just normal human beings would just slam and eat absolute shit on, but he somehow manages to roll away from it. It's always crazy stuff in Switch.
Dude, he did. Sorry to interrupt at all. He did
fine, no.
switch back 360 kickflip over a street gap.
Yeah, it was
What
Lloyd's gap.
even
Yeah,
like
yeah.
how I've never.
He is honestly one of the, like, you know, there's a couple of people I can name drop here, of course, and you know, but I'm going to continue talking about Mike.
Drop away. I don't know, on air, off air. It's like
he's
it
probably
doesn't.
one of the-
It's not any like amount of hubris.
When it comes to Switch and someone's ability in Switch, seeing them in person, of course, he's probably the best example I've seen. Like, he is insane when it comes to Switch skating. So, yeah.
He's really good at like the ride-on grinds too.
Do you know what it is? When it comes to the ride-on grinds, it appears that your boy, Kenny, is the pioneer of the ride-on 50-50. Because in G-Chode montage number 1, he does a ride-on 50-50. And do you know what as well? You know, he also does, I think it's a ride-on 50-50, like, laser, and then you...
Oh my god, yes!
And then he lands
Yes,
with a dab.
yes. Okay, so let me pull that clip up.
So, yeah. So, shout out Kenny.
Yeah, shout out to Kenny Turner. This is the first episode of Brian Nyeps. He was one of the first people I asked for artwork. I asked a bunch of people that I know who make really cool art, and I really hope that he submits the artwork to the email I sent him. So let's pull up, what was it, G-Chode 1 you said?
G-Chode 1. That's it, yeah.
Okay.
By the way, shout out to you as well for in this one for catching that fakie flip at 35 seconds in, like, so perfectly. Like, it is so stomped, and like the ollie down the ollie down the stairs when you snap the board as well is like, the commitment to that clip is unreal.
So let's play some clips from G-Chode 1 then. I'm gonna hit the screen record.
Yeah, man.
Let's see how it goes.
You guys, man, like, skating in this weather
Yeah,
is crazy.
it's insane.
Like, it must be so cold.
It was
But
so fucking cold.
That fakie flip, though, is just insane, man. Also,
Oh, this one? I didn't scrape.
Yeah.
Yo, did I scrape? Ah, perfect.
Oh Oh,
like,
shit.
the ride on
Oh,
50/50, man.
shit.
Ride on 50/50s, mate. I'm telling you, like, I'm being honest here, right? I didn't see a ride on 50/50.
I think this
Right.
is when we started doing the fake, like, chopped up clips.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
Like,
shit. Ah, shit, that was crazy.
the pop shove in as well. And he's like, "Don't come back here." Oh shit, bro! You did a ride on 50/50, fucking mobbed, like old school heel flip out. I didn't even notice that in the first time round. That's insane. What?
The secret handshake.
Oh man. Where did that originate from? Like,
Just like
what's the story
Shake
there?
Junt does like the slap slap pound. We just made it like super complicated as a joke.
It's great. It's great. I love that. I've got a lot of love for that.
I love all of
But, like,
Kenny's excuses.
I hope he's recovered from the diarrhea and the gonorrhea. Personally, I hope he has. Bless his heart. You know.
Oh my god. Oh wait, should I play the the next part? It's like one of the best parts. He's like, "You can't come back here. You can't come back here."
Don't come back here. You get stabbed.
And then the clip of you as well in like that bathroom with like the gelled hair. It's like,
Oh, yeah.
like it's proper Jersey, that, like, isn't it? That accent, man. That accent is.
What's
is
up, brother?
amazing. Okay. As well, like, you know, just from on the one about outrageous tricks. When it comes to like just in G-Chode montage number 3 as well. A dude does a no comply 720 big spin. Can you remember
Oh
that?
snap! Yeah, that
Like-
was Okay, so you're talking about it's like he's wearing a pair of black and white striped Adidas, right?
Yeah, it's
He has a red
1 minute
hat.
30. In fact, no, I'm lying.
Cause I know my old neighbor. He's one of the dudes who like I skated with growing up. His name's Eric Green. He's an amazing skateboarder. I would skate up the street, and me and him would like ollie over 2x4s and like ride on grinds on like rails made of like 2x4s. Like we made all of these like random things to skate growing up. And one day I was filming for one of the montages, and he did, I believe it was a back 360 no comply big spin. And I can pull that clip up too.
It's at, like, he did that on the montage number 3. It's at 3 minutes in, and like it is just the craziest fucking.
Yeah,
Like-
I'll try to pull up that clip.
It's madness.
So that was number 3 you said, or 5?
Yeah, number 3.
Okay, 3. And you got the animations. Kenny.
That's Kenny after he's recovered.
From his gonorrhea.
And his diarrhea.
And his diarrhea.
Yeah. Let's just run in those steps. Carl's punch.
Oh, such a sick nose slide.
You're great.
That was crazy, man. We partied that night.
I love as well, like, the old Facebook.
What is that? I could jump in the middle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the hot tub.
Yeah.
And for some reason, there's a megaphone.
You just the thing that, as I said, like the thing that like really cracks me up is like that Facebook like post as well. Like just like I'm guessing you just like just went on the dude's Facebook and pranked him, yeah, and then like put it in the video, yeah.
Yeah. Look at that. Okay, so that's what we're referencing. Okay, so I was correct in that the skateboarder was wearing a pair of Adidas. However, I got the skateboarder wrong. That is, in fact, Mr. Dave Vey, and he is also part of the Fancy Lad crew up in Boston. I'm from New
Really?
Hampshire, and yeah, Fancy Lad's huge now. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy. I watched them
time.
like literally from day one, like, all this stuff like they've done. I was at their very, very first video premiere when they had the board with all of like the VHS tapes, and it was at like some rec center in Jamaica Plains, and the video had like two parts. Like it was long, and there was an intermission, and everybody, like, when they saw it at the time, like, when you see something, you're just like, what the fuck is going on? They played this
Yeah.
video, and it was like, how back in that time, it's like, I think that was around the time of like Stay Gold, right?
Oh,
Where
really?
it's like,
That time ago.
skate a handrail, skate a giant gap, skate, whatever the most technical, whatever. It's like so far beyond relatability. Fancy Lad came out with a video, and it was just them like being themselves, and all they've ever done is just be themselves since day one, and that's why they're like one of the best skate companies out, like hands down.
Yeah, absolutely, and they're so creative, man. Like it's like sickening levels of creativity that comes out of those guys, and it's always like super technical in its own little way and really intricate, and the filming is phenomenal as well.
That's like
I
Big
love-
Zo,
Yeah.
Nick Murray. He's a very good filmer. He's a very good editor too.
They're crazy, man. Like I really, really rate them. Like those edits. I love watching all those as well. And it's like, it's those kinds of edits which kind of have these hints of like, nostalgia and kind of a bit in the way which like the G-Chode montages has got, where it's like a group of mates doing some cool shit, and having fun, and it's got that magic about it. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah, absolutely. Also, to the viewers, if we get the video all hammered out, if I look here, we are now recording from this angle. It might be a cutaway, maybe it's not. If I'm looking here, this is probably going to be the main, video angle. So Steven and I are just figuring this out in real time. Also, while the screen is recording, how about I ask you a question?
okay, yeah, absolutely. Go ahead. Okay, right. The answer is simple, right? So, first of all, you gotta learn how to frontside shove it. Okay? You following me so far?
I am following you, Steve.
Okay. Second of all, you gotta learn how to heel flip. Okay? You gotta get real good at frontside shove it. Okay? Like, I'm talking, like you can scoot them across the ground without even popping. Okay? So you get that, spin and that pop developed. You get to independently put them be one and the same with that pop. Okay? And then you start to implement the heel. Start to like just give that little scoop, little heel, and that little varial heel flip. Okay? Once you've got that, you can go one of two routes. You can go down the easy route, okay? And this is the route where the likes of Tory Pudwill have went, And it's where you just fucking wing it around, right? Absolutely wing it around and kick as hard as you can and jump back, and you might land on it, okay? Or you can go the route that I went, and other absolute legends have walked that path as well, and you learn how to scoop off the back foot. So it's just a tiny motion with the front foot for the heel, and then it'll glide around 360 degrees laterally underneath you. It's not moving backwards, it's lateral movement of the board, and then you'll land it. But I'll tell you the ultimate secret of them all for learning not only the laser flip, but any trick, okay? And you gotta go and you gotta find a rail, which is roughly, chest high. You gotta hold on to that rail, and you just wing your feet around left and right as hard as you can, and just try and land on it, basically. So, trade secrets, mate. I'm telling you, it's a reveal all on this podcast. All of the secrets have been bestowed upon you.
Oh, by the way, camera 1, camera 2. We have right here a grape drink. During the...
Is that purple drink, son?
I believe it is.
Shout out Kenny once again,
Yeah, dude, shout out Kenny Turner once again. G-Chode 4. That was the one that, like, it was so crazy. Like, he even told me, like, when it came out that, like, there's people that, like, stopped him. He was, like, walking at the mall, like, oh, like, you're a part of G-Chode? And he was like, oh, yeah, like, I'm in those videos. And, like, people, like, legit, like, I was putting them out, like, I don't know, sort of regular basis, and people kept watching them. And for whatever reason, I think also because, shout out to idoskate.com. It's somewhere in Europe. I have zero clue where in Europe. But, it was this old website, and it was a Facebook page. It was called idoskate.com. And they just reposted our stuff. And there was even a guy who made a video edit, and it was like a funny, goofy montage, and on his grip tape it said Whack Attack. They're from Poland. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, that video reached an audience in Poland? It was like kind of crazy.
But you know what? It didn't just reach them, okay? And it didn't just reach me, of course. But this is going to blow your mind, right? Because this literally made me laugh so much. So there's a video, right? And it's so poignant, this. Like, this guy absolutely nailed this, right? So when I searched for G-Chode into YouTube, one of the top videos that came up was this scooter kid trying to jump off a wall, right? And he doesn't land it, okay? And then his friend tries to, like, ollie off the wall and doesn't land it. And in the comments, there's a dude called Tray Flips with alternating uppercase and lowercase letters and a Z on the end. And this is 10 years ago, bud. And he says, lol, G-Chode isn't about the tricks counting. It's all about having fun with our homies.
It's true. Yeah.
It's true. It's absolutely true. It just rings true for everything. So,
yeah. Because of
how fucking awesome is that?
Oh my god. Okay, so speaking of not landing tricks, someone was asking me about just G-Chode. Like, there's somebody, they go, I was telling him I was about to do this podcast, right? And there's this guy, and I told him, I was like, I have like 4 channels, and he's like, oh, well, just like pull one of your videos up. I was like, oh yeah, I filmed these videos, they're montages, it's called G-Chode. And I watched number 6. And what you just said made me think of this clip of Kenny where he does, I think it's like a 20-something kick flip, and he does it over a large street gap.
I know the one. And he lands it with the dab. He's like,
oh, he nails it. Oh, he nails it. That was oh my god, the fireworks. Look how crazy that is.
That was so gnarly, man. Poor dude.
Right here. Damn. Oh, yeah, it's me. So that was in Oklahoma.
Like, you guys done some absolute miles. Like, you guys went, like, so far. Like,
Our
to film skating.
The United
Like-
States is pretty big.
It's huge, dude. Like, to think about, like, well, the UK is tiny. You can drive from where I am to London, which is like half the country, in like 3 hours. So like, and you guys are going state to state. Like, when you go from Hampshire.
Dude, I went from New Hampshire to Oklahoma in I think it was like it was like 09, no, not 09, 08. I don't know. It's like late 2000s, early 2010s. Like, that's when montages started happening, because I was filming this video called Livin' La Vida Awesome, and it was from 2010 to 2012. Or no, excuse me, 2010 to 2014. And during that 4 years, way before the video was even close to being done, like, Kenny was like, well, why don't you just like film montages while you're filming the thing? Like, people would post throwaway. There used to be a lot of different montages that were on YouTube. I feel like I saw more montages during that time. Like, that was just like the thing. That was, I guess, if you want to call it, like, trending, where people would take their throwaway footage and they would take really goofy clips and, crazy, like, all this, whatever, like, everything, hijinks. They would take it, put it together like, what was it, The Weekend Taj? We totally got inspiration from them, and there was a bunch of other montages that were out, and there was another one that you're familiar with that you told me about called The Bees Crew or something.
Oh, Bees to Swarm. That, honestly, is probably one of my favorite skate DVDs ever. Like, honestly, and I know that's a big thing to say because you got Black Eye Fully Flared and, like, Girl Yeah Right, and all the other big ones like Zero and stuff. But, like, Bees to Swarm is possibly one of the, like, most fun watches of all time. It's like all these, like, crusty spots which look absolutely horrible, and people are doing, like, complete non-tricks there and stuff. There's some legit stuff, of course, gotta give them some credit. But, like, they're intercut with these really niche, like, B-movie, like, clips in it. It's just so funny. It's, like, so funny to watch, man. So I think it's on YouTube, in fact. Like, so if it is, like, I highly recommend Bees to Swarm. So that's like BEEZ 2, the number 2, Swarm. Check it out.
Hell yeah. So what time is it over there?
So right now it's 10 to 12. It's fine. One thing as well, like, we over here in the UK, we were really influenced as well by a lot of like montage stuff. Like, I can remember the Skate Perception website and stuff. And
dude, remember Skate Perception? Remember when that was a thing? Because here's the thing that I'll say about skateboarding now is that, like, okay, so you have the cell phone. Everybody has the cell phone. I like babysat my younger brother for like a year or two to get enough money to buy my VX. Like, I had to have the VX because if I didn't have it, I couldn't have a VHS video or a DVD. And now these kids, they have the phones and everything's just digital streaming. It's like a lot of things in life. It's good and it's bad, right? It's like whatever, how you perceive it. So the cool part is now it seems like NBDs don't seem to matter. Like, have you ever been skating in that time period when you were filming with the professional cameras and it's like, you can't do that trick, you can't do that trick, you can't do that trick, and it's like, who the fuck cares? Because if it's NBD, that's irrelevant because it's never been done by me.
Absolutely. No, I completely understand that as well. There was loads of stuff like that. Like, in the UK, where we skated in the local scene in Newcastle, like, a lot of the spots there had just been rinsed, like, absolutely rinsed. So it was really difficult for anyone to find anything which is NBD. But of course, when you did, it was cool, and everyone was like, oh shit, so, props to you for that and stuff. But, I think it's dumb. Like, not everyone skates the same or does tricks the exact same way, so why not, Like, I guarantee, like, the way, like, you do a tray flip is significantly better than the way I do a tray flip, or, like, the way I do like a laser or something switch might be different to the way you do it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's all objective, because like,
Dude, skateboarding is an art form. It's
Absolutely.
pure creativity and motion. Like, to put all these different rules into skating, like, that's never what skating was about. It's like, if you want to play on a fucking sports team and you want to go walk around the baseball diamond, go throw the ball, woohoo, you made a point. In skateboarding, it's not like that. It's basically a never-ending puzzle. You can never master it. There's no mastery of skateboarding. It's a never-ending thing, and it's pure creativity. It's self-expression. It's art. Absolutely.
Absolutely. And this is the thing that I've always said as well, is like, like skateboarding ultimately like is kind of like, it's a personal thing. It's like what it means to you. Like for me, like I just wanted to try and get mastery over as many tricks as I possibly could.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I said to you in the pre-show thing, like you end up you get that such a rush when you land that first flip trick that you want more. You want to keep going and you want to keep learning more tricks so you can get that feeling. And you get to a point where like obviously that diminishes over time and you start to like not appreciate like what you currently get when you do land a trick and stuff.
Dude, comparison is the thief of joy. Straight up.
Absolutely. So like, I've always thought like, if I can do a 50-50, why not try something in like a nollie 50? Okay, cool, I've done something new. Boom. And then like, okay, well, how about a trick out? And like, this is how I learned like all of the tricks that I've, sent to you for clips and stuff. Like, I learned how to do manuals and then like heel flip out, manual varial heel flip out. And it was literally like one day in 2000, like after like I just learned laser flips. It was like 2004, maybe 2005. And, I said to my mate, I was like, I'm going to try and do manual laser flip out. And I ended up landing it. It was like sheer luck. But it was like, such a huge thing. And I was like, right, okay, I want to learn every variation of this. Like, and
dude,
there's
so many clips. There's so many clips. The one that I have like the most intrigue is, hang on a sec. This is going to be chopped up here. All right, and this, because I'm doing the alternate angles, I want to pull up the clip. Okay, actually, I think this is where we go to the laptop now. So I may take this laptop right here, and I'm going to minimize this while it's recording. Okay, so I have right now, I'm going to do another screen grab and all this lovely stuff. Now, people won't be able to see it on this screen, but when I edit it in post, you're going to see it on the alternative angle on the phone. Just to clarify. Okay. So, chord 3, 2, 1. Okay, now I'm going to flip my screen around. Dude, okay. This is what I'm looking at right here. People can't see this on this angle, but me and Steve can see it on this angle. We got laser flip backside 5-0. We got side flip to board. That's the homie who's the parkour guy. We got Steve fakie 50 line. We got Steve switch 50 line. We got crook line. We got subvert crook flip and something else. It's the tape 1 clip. Let's just play this one. Is it even playable?
This one, I remember that one. Switch 5-0, switch revolved, and then a switch tray flip. Cheeky Mongo push as well for good measure.
Yeah, but it's switch. It's switch, so it's excused, right? Because, like, that's the thing with Eric Costin, right? It's like he's such a dope skateboarder. When he pushes fakie Mongo or switch Mongo, whatever, it doesn't really matter. It's like he's Eric Costin. It doesn't matter. Tiago Lemos, right? He's another guy. He does, like, the super hard switch Mongo push.
Stevie as well.
Stevie Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bunch of guys that, like, that's just it. For me, I had to learn how to push switch because my knees were hurting. It's like you got to switch up that amount of tension on your knees. I don't know if there's anybody else who can relate to that, but yeah, it was like I tried a couple switch tricks. I wasn't very good at them. It took a very long time, but I learned how to push switch before anything else. I think I could pop like little shitty switch ollies. Like I knew the motion, but I focused on pushing first before I started like anything switch because my balance was all like, whoa.
Interesting, man. Like for me, I remember when I first started learning switch, and like I said, like I used to hold onto a rail outside of my house and just wing it, just to try whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I learned like switch tricks. And like I used to have like the shittiest switch flips of all time. It took me so long to not just like kick down, so the board would
the
flip
mob
around.
flip.
Yeah,
The
but,
mob
like,
flip.
What's interesting is learning how to do it that shitty way. Like I used to be able to do like switch like half and under flip and then flick it back over like twice and land that shit, and like switch Casper flips and you learn all that stuff from like that's like the base of the tree for like learning all those crazy other tricks, which is crazy to think from like a shit mobbed switch flip. But then of course once you learned how to do a properly nice switch kickflip, you kind of lose all that stuff anyways. But
My switch flips still kind of suck. I'm like a switch heel guy. My regular heel flips suck too, but I can do switch heels pretty well.
The best switch heel flip I've ever done is in that line from the Germany clip that I sent you.
Where in Germany was that?
It was outside that BMW place, like with that smooth floor and like the little ledge down that 2 set.
So you're coming from Leeds, or what is it, like Scrambleton, or what was the name of that place? Scrambleton?
Do you know what it's?
Scrumbletown? Where is it?
Scrumbletown, yes. No, it's Cramlington.
Oh, okay. Cramlington up your butt.
Yep, exactly.
Oh, Cramlington.
Small town.
Cramlington.
Yeah.
It's, I don't know why. It's just such. It makes me giggle.
It's an old mining town.
I'm from
in the
Chester.
north of England.
I'm from Chester. A clip I should pull up is probably during the filming of G-Chode Montage 4.
Mm-hmm.
And it was... So...
Yeah, that's where I'm from. When people ask me where I'm from, I just lift up my shirt, show my abs. Yo, where you from? New Hampshire?
Oh, dude, I remember this one. This one was so fun. Like, you introduced me to Mike Jones, by the way. Like, I hadn't heard of Mike Jones until I heard him in your montage. So, shout out Mike Jones.
Shout out Purple Drank.
Shout out Purple Drank. Paul Wall, Fraser Boy.
Hypnotize Minds.
There it is. Oh, man.
There's me getting...
Do you know what?
Yeah, sure, why not? I'm getting poured grape soda on me in an abandoned building.
The dude who headbutted the lens. Right, okay, you gotta tell me about that. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so he actually lives in Austin. His name's Al, and yeah, he's awesome. We knew each other from Boston, and then we just wound up living together in Austin together, and we reconnected. I haven't talked to him recently, but I hope he's doing okay.
Okay, right. I need to ask you the question, and it's, right, well, a couple of things, really.
Okay.
One, right, the dude who, it's like 148.
And G-Chode 4?
Yeah, in G-Chode 4,
Okay.
148.
Okay.
And it's the dude screaming after landing the back 50. That always makes me laugh. I don't know why. It instantly makes me laugh. I find that hilarious. Like the audio levels,
Tupacalypse.
Yeah, exactly, the Tupacalypse guy. Right. You gotta tell me the story about him. Like, was he just
Oh,
chilling and
Terrence?
you were like, Yeah, like what's
Um,
the story?
so Terrence, I don't know. It's like when we were filming these montages. Um, hang on. There was just like all these random like inside jokes and stuff. Um, Tupacalypse was one of them. Tupacalypse was I don't know. It's just like a pun. It's like G Chode, G code, G Chode.
Okay.
It's like yeah, just like silly puns and stuff. We were trying to have fun, you know? And the reason why it was named Whack Attack, like the crew at the time, was because we saw so much stuff in skating that we just didn't like. And I feel like that's where Fancy Lad is super relatable because, you know, we thought a lot of the shit was just like whack. It's like, okay, cool, like you can jump off the biggest thing, you can flip into the biggest rail, you can flip out, but it doesn't really make me want to skate. Like it's a spectacle for sure, but it's not like a motivational type of like it doesn't move me. Like if I watch Secrets of the Clown Box versus like a Plan B video, watching Chris Jocelyn try to he almost tray flipped El Toro. That's like your bones should break in your body, like your knees. Like I don't understand that guy's knees. Him and Jaws, like I don't get it. But it doesn't mean I necessarily want to like. It doesn't move me the same way as if I watch somebody just go out with their friends, have fun. It's something actually relatable.
Absolutely. And no, I agree. I think like the things that kind of get me motivated to skate are like the old school montages. But like the thing is for me now, like skating's kind of changed for me personally. Like but that's just how life goes. Like for me, like I used to go out in a crew of me and my local homies. Like shout out Jamie, Matty, and the rest of the guys and stuff. And that we used to film those little montages and stuff and have great fun. Like there was like a trick tip we filmed with myself that got on Crail Tap back in the day, which was like 2000. Yeah, it was like right before Chris Haslam released the Strange Notes, where he does that crazy like 540 big spin heel. Okay.
Oh, wait, say that again, because I'll try to add it in post, and you can send me the link. I'm gonna put it right here.
Yeah, so Chris Haslam filmed like a trick tip for Strange Notes. It was like 2005, I think, and 2006 maybe, and like he did this like he does like a a switch 540 big spin heel flip, and then he does one in nollie as well, and it's like crazy. And like me and my mate Jamie, we had filmed a trick tip, like a funny parody sort of trick tip.
Yeah.
The same week. Like we didn't like I had no clue about Chris Haslam releasing his, and I did the same trick, but I did it in fakie. So I did fakie 540 big spin heel, and we didn't really know what it was or what to call it at the time, so we called it the Bamboozler. And I went under the pseudonym of Sean Paul, so I was like, my name is Sean Paul, here's the Bamboozler, and I did the trick.
Do you have that clip?
Like, if we don't, mate, it's lost time. But it got on Crail Tap, like
wow.
back in the day, like and it was just mad, like stuff like that. But back onto the point, like when you're out with a crew and you've got that dynamic and everyone's having fun and you all bring something to the session and just a friendship group, really, just it's magic, man. Like you don't get that when you're out on your own and you're going for a solo session. It's not the same. And like for me now, like when I go skating, like because obviously everyone moves on, life goes on, everyone goes off and does their own little things and stuff. So like for me, like when I go skate, I just go and skate at the local park, which is Hyde Park in Leeds, which happens to be a really good fun park and it's got a cool community. But yeah, like I tend to just do solo sessions really. So it's, for me now, what motivates me to skate now is like seeing something in a video or like on an Instagram clip, which I'm like, okay, cool, maybe I'll try that. Let's see what we can do. or something that kind of inspires that creativity. And you know, you kind of see that stuff from like the Fancy Lad clips and stuff. But sorry to completely contradict your point entirely, but like I really like watching Shane O'Neill. So
Okay. No,
I
I'm
tend
not
to
gonna.
watch
I'm
Shane
not gonna
O'Neill,
argue. It's like Shane O'Neill has tricks like a nollie backside flip, late big spin, where I'm just like I have to scrape my brain off the ceiling, and then it's like, what the fuck just happened? Making
Like,
that how like if you saw a double set, it was like a 3-flat-3. Is the first trick you'd think of as like a nollie backside flip, late big spin? I would never even think to do that. The fact that he even thinks to do that, it's fucking insane. The fact that he has the physical ability to do that, it's insane. What I'm saying though is like it's like certain types of art, right? So Shane O'Neill has like a certain type of style, let's say, super technical. We're not arguing that. But as far as like, you know, motivation, like who do I get motivation from? It's like someone with a really strong push, like Dennis Buzenets, Corey Duffel, Donnie Barley. When I see those guys push, it's like it makes me want to fucking go out there and just go fucking fast. And then, you know, I like jumping off of stuff too. I'm less of like a technical guy. I just like going fast. I just like going like ollieing shit and doing front smiths, back 360s. Like those are my tricks pretty much. My favorite like go-to shit, you know?
Yeah, like it's interesting because like, you know, going back to the point is like I just like for me skateboarding has changed on that level.
Oh, dude, we haven't even talked about like how skateboarding is now. It's like there's so many different like I can't. It's insane. The Instagram. It's like kids with $1,000 shoes, zooming in on the crazy hypey swaggy shoes, ripping them up, and people in the comments, "Oh my God, you ripped the expensive shoes!" And it's like they could be a trust fund baby. You don't even know like where the fuck they're coming from. Nobody knows where anybody's coming from in this world, right? But when I see those clips, it's like there's all these new different like subgenres. You have the you know, you call it the contraption skateboards. That's Matt Tomasello. That's Orange Man. There's so much shit out there now where like NBDs don't matter. Ride-on grinds are like one of the new things. And then also doing 2 tricks on a bank. Have you noticed that? That's like one of the new trends is you do a trick while you're at the top of the bank. And then as you're going down, someone does another trick on the way down.
There's a dude who skates Hyde Park every now and then when I see him, and I forget his surname now. He's called George, and he goes so fast, and he does a pop shove it as he's riding up the bank, and then he'll do a tray flip as soon as he lands, and then goes fakie. It looks crazy. Like I think it's so cool. Like, you know, but I can't do it.
Dude, but
So,
see what I'm saying though? It's
I'm
like
yeah,
the types of skating. If I see something like that, that's more relatable than me trying to like shatter my fucking kneecaps on like a 20 stair rail.
but again, here comes another interesting thing as well. It's like, for me, like I don't want to jump off anything anymore. I'm like 29 years old. Like
Everybody's different. Reynolds eats fruits, man.
Yeah, like I do. Fair enough. I do a lot of yoga, but I want to keep my knees. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't want to destroy my knees. Like if I, you know, get like for example, I remember I switch trade an 8 stair and tore ligaments in my foot, and like that was it for like 6-7 months. I couldn't do anything, and I had to work during that time, and it just sucked. And when I came back to skating, like I couldn't do anything. And I remember like even like, you know, I was going outside my house and like trying to ollie, just a small ollie to see if I could, you know, actually land something, and my foot would be just killing me, and I have to stop. And then like it took me so long to actually get back into a place where I could do tricks again, just flat ground tricks. And that put a lot in perspective for me. It was like, I don't really need to be doing this stuff. I don't need to be jumping down stuff. Like screw that. Like I just want to learn fun ledge tricks. And funnily enough, it was right around the time like I started to watch a lot of Mark Johnson, and especially his fully flared part. And I remember I went outside, and like it took me like 2 weeks, but on the curb outside my house, I would do like nollie nose blunt and then like pop over into switchback nose blunt and then like pop out. And I used to like literally put like I used to put that song on from his part.
He had 3 songs.
Yeah,
that was like one of the first parts because like what is it, Mark Suciu, he recently had a video part where he had 3 songs, but like that wasn't really ever a thing until Mark Johnson, from what I remember.
And
like two songs is like normal. 3 songs, it's like, you know, you're looking at almost like a 10-minute video part.
Yeah, like it's.
And every single trick is like 2 to 3 seconds, unless you're doing a line.
Like to this day, like that is one of my favorite parts. Like when it comes back to actually, you know, going back to what we were saying, like motivation to skate. I have to say, if I watch that fully flared part, pardon me, if I watch that fully flared part, that gets me super motivated to go to skate.
Yeah, that part motivates me. I can't do like the technical, super technical stuff, but like watching Mark skate is cool. I do like Mark Johnson a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. And like, I think it's interesting because like, you know, watching like him in fully flared, like that motivated me to try and learn, you know, like that nose blunt to nose blunt trick.
Yeah.
And even just doing it on a curb, man, like it's fun. It's really fun and it's engaging, and you know, you get a cool sense of achievement, if you will, from like landing it. You know, and get a bit of a rush. And it's interesting how like, you know, watching different videos and seeing different types of skating influences your own and pushes you to go and try something new. Like, I wouldn't have learned how to do crook kickflips out, do you know what I mean, until I seen Shane O'Neill doing them left and right. I was like, look, that's really cool. I really want to learn that. And I used to watch that over and over and over and then work it out when I would go out skating. There's a guy who skates, who used to skate and in Newcastle. I'm not sure if he's still around in Newcastle, but he's a Canadian dude. And he's called Cameron Wildsmith, and he used to do murder flips back in the day.
What's a murder flip?
Like a dolphin flip.
Oh. Forward
flip. Used to call it forward flip.
Yeah.
And we used to call it a murder flip. I don't know why, but I remember him in a montage, like super early, like 2004 maybe even earlier, like him doing a murder flip. And I was like, man, how did you do that trick? And I remember going through the footage frame by frame and watching him over and over and over do this murder flip. And then like I was like, I need to learn that. And I went out and I went and learned it. And like I couldn't do it in regular. And I landed at switch and I was like, oh, fucking got switch murders. Do you know what I mean? Like it's a cool thing. It's why I love to watch all different types of skating, because it will filter its way in and influence your own.
Huh. I guess I never thought about it like that.
Yeah, man. And like, some things in skating just happen, you know? Like, if I'm being honest, like, you know, recently, I did a clip at the local park, in Hyde, where I do laser flip to 5-0.
Hang on.
Backside 180 out.
What the heck was that? Oh, hang on. Technology.
No worries.
Oh, technology. There you go. Sorry. What were we saying?
Right. We'll just do a cut there.
Yeah.
So some things in skateboarding just happen, man. Like the thing that's really interesting is like, you know, and I'll be honest about this one as well. It's still pretty cool. I'm pretty chuffed. But like at my local park at Hyde, a recent clip that I filmed there, and it's on my Instagram at Steve Mcbriarty. If you want
Shout
to
out at Steven Mcbriarty. At Dopamine Slot Machine 777. That one's mine with the underscores.
Absolutely. And you can put it on screen at the moment as well, I guess. But like I do laser flip to 5-0 grind, or like a Suski.
Oh shit! Yeah, let me hit the video for this because I will pull this clip up and do the alternate angle. So,
If you want, I can send you a YouTube link to it.
yes, absolutely. And I'm also going to pull up this alternate angle with the other camera here. And this is absolutely crazy. I think the caption when you made it, it said something like referencing that guy Wrecking Ball, and it said like still evolving, and it made me giggle a lot.
Yeah, absolutely, man. We're 30. Well, we're gonna be 30, and we're still evolving, man. There you are. I've sent you on.
Yeah, this to me is just like what in the absolute fuck. So to show the audience, let me go ahead and play this again. I'm gonna do a full screen. Here it is. That's fucked up. And let's do it. See, that's the problem. It's so short. Let me pause here, turn it, and play it back.
You can change the playback speed on YouTube as well.
Oh, you can? Yeah, hang on. This is not, because I know your profile. I've seen this. It's absolutely insane. Can you just send me the Instagram post? Because I'm looking for it right now.
Yeah, sure.
You have bleach blonde hair.
So I'll DM you it.
Yeah, just DM me the Instagram clip. So yeah, Steven just sent a post. This is what we're talking about, okay? Look at that.
Well, that's the thing though with skiing. Like as I'm
What
saying,
in the fuck? You did a laser flip, back 5-0, back 180.
Yeah, and like to be honest with you, like I was trying to do laser flip back tail.
Huh.
Because like when I go to the park, like as I said, like you know when we were talking like off, like when it wasn't live.
Off
like,
the air, yeah.
Yeah, when I go to that park, like I like to do a crook flip out, and then I'll try and do a laser flip back tail. If I can do those two tricks, I'm beyond happy, and it's been a great day. And as I was trying that trick, like sometimes if you mess up the back tail, you will land in that 5-0, and it's like, you know, it's cool. It's really cool. So I messed up.
Yeah, but it's like one of those Bob Ross's like happy accidents. Like,
yeah, of course.
Dude, come on. The fact that you're doing a laser flip into anything. Your name's Laser Flip Steve.
Indeed.
It's fucking, dude, it's like, that's your superpower. That's your superpower.
I guess so. It's the cheat code, I guess, you know, just being able to laser flip. Like, it's just a really fun trick. Like,
oh my God. Sorry. Technical difficulties if you hear that. Still, I got this laptop yesterday. Still filming this episode. We're an hour and 13 minutes in. We were thinking about going an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. I might have to take a pee break in between. Would you mind if I did that right now?
By all means, man. By all means, go for it.
I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take a urination break, and we're going to edit this in post. All right. We're back. We are back with Stephen Mcbriarty. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing great, mate. I'm doing great. So, where did we
Hang on. I need to clip this just because I had this running. Sorry.
that's fine.
That's going to take a minute.
Cool.
But yeah, what was the last thing we were talking about? Because, we're about an hour and 20 minutes into this, so I had to go for a quick break.
That's cool. Well, we spoke about the Bob Ross happy accidents.
Yeah.
And the laser 5-0 back 180.
Yeah, because sometimes I feel like people like even like Manny Santiago, he'll do like all these crazy fucking tricks. Like he does like all these flip tricks into rails. Sometimes I feel like he just like jumps into it and he's just like Hail Mary like every time. Like those are happy accidents too. Like somebody who can just flip their board and really hope to land on a rail, or they hope to land at the bottom of a stair set. Like there's a lot of people that really risk their bodies like constantly in skateboarding. It's insane.
Absolutely, absolutely, and like it's one of those things. When stuff like that happens, it's like it's really fun. Like it's another really fun aspect of skating. Like it's obviously the unexpected.
Yeah,
stuff
you'll just like
that.
there's certain days where just that's it. You did
Like,
it.
I remember this one time. Like obviously there's no footage of this, so it's just me chatting. But like I remember there's a guy called David Hopper, and he used to he used to really piss me off. Like, so if you listen to this, David, here's one for you. But like, he would not snake you, but he would go so fast. He would go right behind you when you're skating the same ledge. And I remember I went to go and do like a nose grind on this ledge, and he was like right behind me. Like I mean, like super close. And I fucked up the nose grind, and like. He went into a nose grind as well. So I fuck up the nose grind. My board falls down. He jumps off his board forward and lands on mine and rolls away. And I was just like, what the fuck? Like, I could not, like, and that happened at Five Bridges Skate Park. Like,
Is that in Leeds? Or was it Scramblington?
That's in Newcastle in a place called Gateshead. It's quite famous, to be honest with you. Like, the Flip team have been there. The fully flared guys came.
Is that the skate park where Jeff Rowley, does the pop shove it over the wall?
I'm not sure.
That's somewhere in the UK. I know for sure.
Oh no, I know what you mean. No, it's a different place.
Oh.
This place is like I'll have to send you like a photo or such. But like Mark Johnson, like it's like a bank to a rail. And Mark Johnson ollied over it. And I'm pretty certain Jeff Rowley did a front tail slide on the rail as well. And
he did a front tail front 180 out. He was wearing like all white. Crazy. Was it that one?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Like it's quite a well-known place, especially in the UK as such.
And where is it again? I'm sorry.
In a place called Gateshead.
Gateshead.
Yeah.
And what is that like? So describe, because I'm shitty at geography sometimes. Like in proximity to London.
Okay, so London is like in the south. Newcastle is in the north, so it's in the North England, like towards Scotland. So it's quite, about 4 or 5 hours away.
Okay. Huh.
Some skate geography feel there, mate.
Dude, skate tourism is a real thing. Like when I first heard that, I thought it was a joke. It sounded silly. But no, it's totally a thing. Skate tourism is, you and a crew of people go to wherever, let's say San Francisco. You're going there for the skateboard parks and the skateboard spots. And then that generates wealth back to like the shops, the skate shops, and it's also spreading this global community of skateboarding. It's like you can just roll in like anywhere. That's the thing I like a lot too about skateboarding, is that what I've learned from traveling, it's like you're an international skateboarder. It's like if you go anywhere and you have a skateboard and you see someone with the ripped up shoes, the obviously skated board. It's not like somebody holding it like a prop, like a chihuahua in a fucking, handbag. It's like, that's real shit. It's like when you communicate, like you connect with another person, it's a global community. That's what makes skateboarding so beautiful. And like, that's what makes me, it's just why I still skate, man. It's like the amount of reasons to just keep skating. It doesn't matter how old I am. I'm always going to try to keep skateboarding. Like, you're not going to ever try to stop me from skateboarding because I can't not skate. I have to skate because if I don't skate, then other areas of my life are affected. And I don't know if that's how it is for you, but like if I don't skate for like say like a week or two, I start to feel it in other areas. It's like because I didn't bomb the hill in front of my house, I didn't do a kickflip on flat, I didn't do a 3 flip on flat. It's like that pressure release. You know what I mean? It's like we all at our age have jobs, rent, bills. You know, you need to have that creative outlet where you can release the pressure valve. And that's totally like what skateboarding's for. It checks all of the boxes. You know, it's mental well-being, it's physical well-being, and for me, it's spiritual well-being. For me, skateboarding, it checks every single box.
Yeah, I can completely agree. Like, obviously, I think it's like a very
It's sacred.
individual.
Skateboarding is sacred. I'll say that. It's sacred. You know what I mean?
I love that.
Is it? Oh, sorry, technical difficulties. Excuse me to interrupt the flow. But yeah, it's like, what is sacred in this world? Is there like one thing where it's like you can't not take that for granted? That's skateboarding for me.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's like all super individual. But like for me, like now that I'm no longer really a part of like, you know, the skate community as a whole, like I kind of got like, you know, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and that's not necessarily I'm not saying that's a bad thing or anything like that, but or it's mainly just because like I don't live in proximity to the main core crew of people who I used to go skating with, or like, you know, my good friends who I skate with. Like I've got a lot of acquaintances who are really cool people, and I would go skating with them. Like, you know, I'll see them out and about and stuff like that. That's cool. But like for me, like I've kind of learned to live where, like, not without skating, but you know, where I'm in this, you know, area betwixt that feeling that you have, and also just, you know, being a part of other things and moving on, in a sense. Like I do a lot of martial arts and stuff like that, Brazilian
Yeah,
Jiu-Jitsu.
talk about that. Talk about that for a second, because that's another interesting collision of worlds, you know?
Absolutely.
You
Absolutely.
are...
Power Man 5000, Worlds Collide.
Yeah,
There you are.
Power Man 5000. Someone play the song. Someone drop this in post.
Absolutely. And like, for me, what I've learned from, you know, all of this is like, you know, what's important to me is a good community and a good community of friends who, you know, because we're social creatures, man.
Mhm.
Like, you know, you gotta
Absolutely.
have those people around you, you know, who, you know, motivate you and make you feel good about, and just have a fun time, man. Like that's what I really.
All you
really,
have is
really
time.
miss. Exactly, and it's what I really miss. Like skating with those core group of guys. Like I can honestly say, like, if I ever get the opportunity to go and skate with that group of guys again, like, you know, if we can all make time for it, and because I know they're super busy people now, if that could happen, I'd do it in the drop of a hat, man.
Mhm.
It's like skating with those guys. It's different. It is just so different to, you know, whoever else. I know that sounds a bit weird, but like, it's what it is. Like, you know, that group of guys, like, you know, we created magic, man, and it was a fun session. Everyone pushed each other, and it was a great energy. And those things, like, you know, are fleeting, and you need to really appreciate them while you have them.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's why it's like, you know, I've kind of found that in martial arts, and you know, I'm a part of a really cool community in the mixed martial arts world, and you know, I've been able to travel, you know, and go and take photos and do photography.
Yeah, you do photography as well.
Yeah.
Tell the listeners and viewers about your photography.
Yeah, sure. So I started doing photography for like local jiu-jitsu and MMA shows, and it just kind of went from there. And I had a lot of help from friends and people I knew from the martial arts community, and like it's a really lovely bunch of people, man. And like I took photos for Bellator MMA. I worked with like UFC fighters like Mark Diakiese and among others really. It's just a really, really, you meet loads of lovely people, get to shoot some photos, and I kind of want to do the same for the skate community. Like, I kind of want to like take some photos, have some skating, and that's what I'm going to do in 2021. There's a few people who I've got in mind who I'm going to contact about doing that, and just kind of come back into that skateboarding world a bit, But yeah, I feel as if it's like we're very community driven, and it's a species, of course, and like I think in skateboarding it's super important. Like, when you think about it, like and this is just from my perspective, I could be wrong, but I feel as if like if you've got a good skate shop, you're gonna have a good community. Like
You're absolutely right.
Like, we were so lucky to have Native Skate Store in Newcastle. Like, the guy who ran that, called Jackie, he did so much for the scene, like so much for the scene, and everyone banded around that, and it was a really cool crew of people. There was so many people, and there was a forum, and we all used to talk shit on the forum because that's just how things were back then, and it was like kind of edgy and really cool, but everyone would meet up and go and skate still and be best of friends. And of course there was some toxicity, but we're just young kids, it's gonna be like that. And
toxicity in the city.
Exactly.
It fucking happens. Yeah. But you don't work. You don't do the skating for them. It's like, really, like, what were we talking about before off the air? It's like somebody's gonna like do whatever the fuck they do to make them happy, like skating wise. It's like not like there's a show off aspect. Some people like think somebody's just like, I don't even know if I believe in that. Just like the show off aspect of skating. Like, people call Shane O'Neill a robot. It's like, you're really hating on somebody for landing something so consistently and so flawlessly that like that's somehow an object of ridicule.
It's I personally think it's because a lot of people feel like their ego gets challenged.
Oh,
and
there it is. The ego,
and they
yeah.
Gatekeep,
the ego.
and they want to gatekeep the communities and stuff, and like if I'm honest, that kills scenes, and it kills skateboarding, and it kills like the community. Like, those types of things, you can't have them. You're gonna get those people who are gonna act like that, but you just gotta hope that those people aren't as influential in the scene as it can be.
It sucks when they like work at the local skate shop, and it's like you're skating with them at the park, and it's like, oh, look at that show off, and it's like, no, maybe they're just really fucking good.
Yeah, man, it's people's egos, man.
Yeah.
Like, one of the things that I used to laugh about is and I seen a post recently, and this tickled me a lot, and it was to do with the Newcastle skate scene, and it was about like someone who got bullied out of the skate scene by another person, and it was just saying, it was like someone commented saying like, who would have thought people could get bullied out of a skateboarding scene by people who do 50-50 front boards and listen to Arcade Fire. So
that's a sign of the times.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a sign of the times.
It's just the way it was back then.
It's so funny. It went from like skate perception, and like before that, the VHS tapes. It's like, this is what a good skate video looks like, and there's only a handful of companies, and like this is the gold standard, right? Like, that's the thing. It's like if you create the golden rule and somebody breaks it, it's like, the only thing, it's like, what are the two things in life that we like truly know? It's like death and change. Shit changes. So how you perceive change totally is like an arbiter of, just to feel like, I don't know how to say this. It's like, you want to feel free in skating. If you put all these boxes and categories and labels, it even goes to the point of like posers in that culture. The thing is, now as a 30-year-old, what I think is if I see, some fucking kid and he's wearing like the Thrasher t-shirt and it has like the Rose logo on the text, and I see him, and I was doing a security gig at Post Malone concert, dude, I lost count of how many Thrasher shirts that I saw at a Post Malone concert. It was like in the 60s. I was like, because apparently something happened at some point in skating with like the hype beast culture and fucking Supreme, which I love Supreme, okay? I love Supreme. I love fucking Bill's edits. I love that shit. But something happened in skating where, like, you know, there's this massive, like, what do you even call it? It's like a phenomenon where, I don't know, people are really drawn to a certain style and it's like admirable. They don't even have to actually skate, but they wear all the shit. That's the stuff that Jake talked about. Like, Rihanna, take off that fucking Thrasher shirt. It's like, I don't even necessarily care about that angle. It's the fact that you bought the Thrasher shirt and you're still supporting skateboarding. Like, it's still coming back to me. So I don't get that form of tribalism, but
Same here.
you know what I mean?
It, like, that, for me as well, kind of came around. Can you remember when Consolidated did the Don't Do It?
Yeah, and that's like it's certainly a hot topic. It's like, we know Nike may or may not have, okay, allegedly, some unreasonable, unmoral business practices. So, by the way, Nike owns Converse, for any of these first-time listeners who didn't know that, based out of fucking Boston. The thing is, you know, how do you go about that? Because you just want to use the shoes, right? Because they're for skating. So who's like the most, what do you want, right? You want an ethical company. You want a skateboarder-run company. Now you got people like Scott Johnston in Nike. Like, you actually have people in these companies that do well. They mean well and they do well. They contribute back to the community. But then, you know, just like life, it's like you have people on the top and you have people on the bottom. And they're fucking everybody in the middle. Everybody in the middle is like just trying to get by. You have evil people on the top and evil people on the bottom manipulating the system of control, and we're all just kind of here. I understand the moral quandaries of Nike and their business practices. I do. Okay? And this is coming from me using a device, an iPhone, that has similar questionable practices. It's like, where do you draw that line?
Exactly. And, like, this is the thing, like, and it's, like for me, like, I used to kind of be like, row, fight the power when it came to stuff like the Consolidated, Don't Do It Army and stuff. And,
right.
Like,
the Don't Do It Army. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was called, isn't it? And, like, but now, what do I skate? Janoskis. The Janoski.
I skate Vans. I pray to God that, like, my, you know, shoes aren't being made from some slave factory.
Oh, absolutely. But, like, when you think about, like, obviously, like, it's just a moral gray area that we're never really going to fully convey what we...
Dude, unless you wipe out the subcontractors, I swear to God, there's this thing they do, like Nike, it's like they get a subcontract. They do it with the NBA. You get a contract, and then, I don't know, somebody sells it to somebody else, and then somebody sells it to another person, but there's no, like, chain of culpability. It just somehow is like, oh, I didn't know that was happening. It's like, yeah, but the other person who sold your idea to the person who sold the idea is now exploiting the labor for literal slaves, like Uyghurs in death camps, and yeah, that shit's real as fuck.
Yeah, but, like, it's just, like, this is just the way of the world, though, isn't it? Like,
yeah, but at what point, you know, it's like me and you. It's like, what do we do?
Sorry, you cut out there for a second.
Sorry. My question is, what do we do?
This is the thing. Like, I personally, me as Stephen Mcbriarty, I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Like, it's, like, I've kind of resigned myself to a lot of, you know, ignorance, to be honest with you. But that's purely because I have a life that I need to sort out.
Right. Yeah, because the
Do you know what I
expression
mean? Like,
is that you tend to the garden you can touch, right?
yeah,
Right.
exactly. Like, and I think if you can, just do whatever you can in your life to try and, impact the world in a positive way, whatever that may be, then, you're doing all right, Like, if you try and do too much, of course, I don't know what can happen, but I don't even know where I'm
Doing
going
too
now.
much, I don't know. It's that, okay, so the gray area, it's like the ripple effect. So to bring peace to the earth, you have to bring peace to yourself. So once you have inner peace, you can bring outer peace, right?
I guess so. Like, this sort of stuff is like really interesting because you end up in like this such a vast, broad area where like it becomes very difficult to convey what you're trying to say, especially to like a wide audience. Like I genuinely really struggle to, put across my opinions on these sort of subjects, like in a way.
Dude, this is, I'm sorry, I
like
hate to
it.
burst your bubble, but you're on Brian Nyap's. Like, this is anything and everything. We haven't even covered, like,
That's
the
fine.
secrets of the universe. Like, we're talking about skateboarding. This is, like, you and I talked about it. It's the first episode. We're just talking about mainly skateboarding, but you and I both know there's so much more. The world is so much more fascinating than anybody would ever try to let you know.
Of course. And it's like when you like, I'm gonna go full Joe Rogan here and ask you, have you ever done DMT?
Me? No. Have you?
Okay. No, I've not. I've tried psychedelics, and had very profound experiences. But then I don't particularly want to talk about them on here.
Sorry, technical difficulties.
There we go. Oh, there we go. We can do a perfect cut there. And then we can move on to the different subject.
So the substances, yeah. You know what? What did Oregon just do? Did you hear about the state of Oregon? They
Didn't they legalize
they
absolutely
legalized absolutely everything. So
dude, we gotta go to
okay,
Oregon.
so I'll say this, right? If they legalized crack cocaine right now, would you do it tomorrow?
No, like for me personally, my last experience with mushrooms has basically taught me I don't really want to try anything for a very long time.
Dude, everybody's
So,
different. To think that everybody is like one size, fits all, that's not true.
yeah, absolutely. Like,
I can't tell everyone to try mushrooms. I can't tell everyone to smoke pot because every body is different. You don't know which part of the world, their brain psychology, their epigenetics, it's so widely vast.
me personally, I'd say as well life experience, man. Like, what happens in your life, and especially in your earlier years and stuff like that, really,
Your formative
does-
years.
yeah, it sticks with you, man. Like, for me, like I didn't have the easiest upbringings and stuff like that, and I feel like
Neither did I.
Like,
Shout
I
out to
feel like-
Disco Susan, if you ever watch this.
But yeah, like I growing up, like skateboarding was my outlet,
Same.
and it's why I feel like it's why I was going out and learning tricks all the time. It's because that was just what was good for me and stuff.
Yeah, and then, sorry, continue.
I was just gonna say the thing that it pains me a little bit to this day is like I feel as though I was a bit bad socially with a lot of good friends, not in a sense where like I was negative towards them, but like in terms of just anxiety, man. Like I passed up on a lot of opportunities like to hang out with certain people and stuff like that purely because I was just like fucking mega anxious.
Huh.
And it's a shame. Like I look back on it and I really regret all of that now. And a lot of those people don't even know any of that as well. So who knows? Maybe when if they listen to the podcast, maybe a little bit like, oh, well, fair enough, probably explains why Steve was a bit weird back in the day. You know,
to bring it all back to Steven.
Yeah, exactly. But like, I'm so grateful at the same time as for like, you know, the times that I had with those guys, man. Like bringing it back to like that core crew of guys. You gotta have it, man. You gotta have it. Like,
yeah, you gotta have a group of friends. That's the thing too, where it's like, I'll say this. I don't know how cliquey it is where you are. I don't know how it is in Leeds. But I know in Austin, Texas, dude, it's fucking cliquey as fuck. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I lived out of a sedan, okay? A shitty small four-door car for 7 years off and on, doing couch surfing and sleeping in that car. In that time, you know, I'm not homeless. I sleep in a car. I met so many people that helped me, and a lot of them connected through me through skateboarding. I was a filmer. I would have stories of days where, like, you know, the homeboy lands a trick and he's so excited, he buys everybody like pizza after, and then you guys, you know, drink beers, and then you're partying at the house with them, and they're just like, you know what? You know, it sounds like you got it pretty rough. You helped me out today. Sleep on my couch.
That's awesome, man. And the thing is, like, you know, all of that stuff builds character, and it's like, it's a really cool life experience as well. Like, and you got to go through that struggle and this, that, and the other to really show your passion for something. And like, you know, and man, like when I started photography,
Mm-hmm.
like for MMA and jiu-jitsu and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
like, you know, shout out to my mate Will. Like, he let me stay on his bedroom floor for like 8 months. I know it
Wow.
doesn't sound like a very long time, but
No,
like,
that's still, it's like you got to deal with that
still-
person sleeping at your place. It's like, yeah,
yeah,
that's
like,
a big
and-
favor. It's a big ask.
yeah, absolutely. Like, and it's just mad, man. That's almost a year of my existence. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I'm so grateful for that, man, because like that really helped me take things to the next level for that photography and whatnot. But
Wow.
you know, it all comes back to community, man. This is what I'm saying. Like, once you got a good if you got a good community, man, it's you're gonna experience some really special times, man.
Yeah, community, man. That's the thing too. It's like, how do we sort out all of this tribalism, right?
I don't think you can. I just think it's a natural thing.
Okay, so
And
that's like
the-
thousands of years of like epigenetics. It's like, I don't like you because you're wearing a different sports team's shirt. It's like, even if we were all the same race, I feel like, you know, that episode of Rick and Morty, it's like, oh, your nipples look like this. My nipples look like that. Ah! And then they go, you know, race war! And then they fight each other. But it's so insignificant. Like, we're all biologically the same. We all bleed the same blood.
Yeah, absolutely. And like, it's just like, one of the things that I always fall back to as well is just fucking be nice to people, man.
Just be
Like,
nice.
You don't know what that person's going through. You don't know what that person's day's been like. You don't
Right.
know anything about them. But the least you can do is just be fucking nice.
Yeah.
And then that will spread. You know.
That's
that
the
will spread.
ripple effect.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, Steven, this has been an amazing first podcast. I want to leave it on that note. Everybody, just be nice to each other.
Just fucking be nice,
Just
man.
be nice to each other, okay? I understand things are chaotic, okay? We all know about the weaponized media, okay? We're well aware that there's CIA operatives within CNN called Operation Mockingbird. We're well aware of all of this stuff happening in the background. Just be nice to each other and have fun.
Just be chill, man.
Because time is the
Exactly.
most valuable asset that you can't buy back. Just have fun. Be well.
Absolutely.
Just do good. And skate. And destroy.
Amazing. Well, that's been a lot of fun. Are you happy with the stuff that we've talked about? Do you feel like you can get
This
a
is
good
it.
episode out of
I think I'm wrapping up here at a minute 50. Or, sorry, an hour 50. It's felt like a minute. I mean, podcasts are fascinating this way. So
Cool.
I'm pretty content with the first episode.
Okay. Are you sure you got enough from me just before we
Yeah.
cut the stuff and stuff whatnot? Okay. Okay. Well, I'll send you this audio file. I'll put it on like a Google Drive and send it
Yes,
over.
and we can talk more off the air about that. Ladies and gentlemen, this was Stephen Mcbriarty. I'm Brian Nyberg. This is Brian Nyaps. Everybody, be good, do well, share the world. All we have is time.
Much love and thank you very much for having me, man.
One love.